X-Play Summer Games preview continues, and we've saved the best for last. We've got new world premiere gameplay from Metal Gear Solid 4 and Silicon Knights 2 Humans.
Plus an exclusive new look at The Force Unleashed for the Xbox 360, and we'll reveal the winner of our biggest X-Play challenge ever. That means X-Play starts right now.
Hello and welcome to X-Play. I'm Morgan Webb.
And I'm Adam Sessler. We're coming to you from the G4 Studios in Los Angeles on Friday, May 2nd, the final day of our summer preview week. And what a week it's been. We are nowhere near done and have saved one of our biggest exclusives for last.
Coming up, we'll strap on our Octo Camo with new world premiere gameplay from Metal Gear Solid 4 that could very well blow fanboys' minds. But first, let's get all of today's headlines in today's gaming update.
The release of Grand Theft Auto 4 is driving console sales worldwide. Sony Computer Entertainment America has confirmed PlayStation 3 sales increased within the first 24 hours of the game's release. GameStop Senior Vice President of Merchandising Bob McKenzie believes the growth of PS3 sales can be attributed to the fan base of PS2 owners who see GTA 4 as a justifiable reason to upgrade their console. Meanwhile, Aaron Greenberg, Director of Product Management for Xbox 360 and Xbox Live, has stated the 360 version of the game is outselling the PS3 version by a margin of 2-1. Greenberg also says that roughly 2 million achievements were unlocked in the first 24 hours of the game's release, and says GTA 4 has been the #1 game on Xbox Live since its launch, knocking off both Halo 3 and Call of Duty 4. GTA 4's publisher Take-Two has posted a 12-step process to help address game freezes on the PlayStation 3. The first step is admitting you have a problem. The rest of the publisher's tech support program suggests a multitude of remedies that include deleting game saves and install files, disabling your system's internet connectivity, dumping your internet cache, and even turning off the PS3 screensaver. So far, no official patches have been released for the PS3 or Xbox 360 versions of the game. During an investors meeting, Nintendo President Satoru Iwata commented on the small number of Wii owners who are experiencing a shortage of system memory. While complaints only appear to be stemming from the Wii's most avid gamers, Iwata says Nintendo knows they have to review the best possible solution to eliminate their inconvenience. In other words, don't act so surprised when you see a flash card or hard drive with the Wii logo stamped on it in the near future. And be sure to check out a special episode of Sessler's Soapbox at g4tv.com/soapbox, where you'll find an interesting extended version of my rebuttal to Jack Thompson's comments during our NPR verbal sparring match over the launch of GTA 4. Well, that's it for today's gaming update. For more of the latest news, be sure to check out G4 On Demand or head over to our website, g4tv.com/xplay. But now let's go over to Morgan, who swears she only dabbles in the dark side.
Yes, yesterday we took a look at the Wii version of The Force Unleashed, and today we continue our Jedi training with a look at the Xbox 360 version. While you might not have motion control in this edition, the use of the analog sticks to toss around enemies has its own rewards. Here's our all-access look at the next chapter in the Star Wars saga. Here with Cameron Sui. We are at the Premiere Theater, LucasArts behind us. We have a live demo, the very first live demo of The Force Unleashed for the Xbox 360. You're very honored to be able to see this. So tell us a little bit about the philosophy behind the game.
I would love to. We had one major goal when we started off, and we wanted to tell the next chapter in the Star Wars saga.
It's a little goal.
Just, it's the small, subtle things.
Yeah.
And we wanted to do that by having a gameplay mechanic in which the first time you picked up the controller to the last time you put it down, you were having fun by kicking ass with the Force. And we did that through sort of re-envisioning the way that the Force is shown in the game and the way it's played. We went back to a lot of sources like the Clone Wars cartoon and sort of came up with this idea of the Force as being over the top, blown out, out of control sometimes damaging you even because it's so powerful.
Let's talk a about what are some of the powers that you're going to be able to use.
Well, right off the bat, you're going to have access to force push, which isn't going to be like the force push you've seen in the movies. It's not going to, you know, knock a droid over on his ass. It's actually going to blow people back 30 feet, slam them into a metal wall, through a plate glass window, and it's really just going to be over the top.
Okay, so what else we got?
So we also got force grip, which is a really interesting power because it allows you to take any object in the world, pick it up, and then manipulate it using both sticks in 3D. So you can put it anywhere you want, you know, throw it in any direction you want, toss it straight up in the air. You can do that with, you know, small objects like boxes and barrels and crates. You can do that with your enemies and pick them up and toss them, and they're going to, you know, go flying through the world, waving their arms and trying to grab onto things. You can even do that to things as large as TIE fighters, and later in the game, some really immense objects are going to be open to you to grip.
It's interesting that when you have an object gripped, you really do have a lot of control over where it is. Like using both analog sticks gives you a lot of control over where you can actually aim your barrel or your droid.
Absolutely. So you can use that like a very targeted missile attack and throw it directly at the person you want, or you can pick something up and put it exactly where you want to.
Talk a little bit about the character you play as.
So with George Lucas's oversight and his input, we decided to create this character that's Darth Vader's secret apprentice, which is really kind of a cool and exciting thing.
Yeah.
And since the story takes place between episodes 3 and 4, which is this very fertile time period in the Star Wars universe, that really hasn't been explored by any sort of movies or fiction or books, we really had this wide open page to create this incredibly powerful character.
Okay, so this begs the question, why is he a secret apprentice, and why is he so powerful?
Well, Darth Vader is keeping you secret specifically from the Emperor because he's trying to raise you in secret so that he and you can together destroy the Emperor and take over the Empire. You are one of the strongest Jedi that's ever existed, and when Darth Vader first finds you, he recognizes this power in you when you're very young.
All right, when are we going to get to play?
It's coming out September the 16th.
September 16th, we're looking forward to it. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Absolutely.
And showing some live gameplay footage of The Force Unleashed for the Xbox 360.
So you're a 5-star general in Halo 3 multiplayer, can no-scope like it's your job, and make casual gamers hate going online. But there's one achievement that's nearly unattainable, taking home mega rare recon armor, which must be gifted to you by Bungie. That's what was up for grabs in Mr. Sark's biggest gamer challenge ever. The competition was fierce. It reached Billy Mitchell-esque proportions, but finally, we have a winner. Over the last couple weeks, thousands of Spartans flocked to Mr. Sark's latest obstacle course, lured by the promise of the elusive recon armor. Handed out by Bungie to worthy Spartans, recon armor is the holy grail of Halo. Sarkathlon 2 has finally concluded, and someone is going to be breaking in a new helmet. In third place, Telexion clocked in at 3:15.81. Our leader for much of the challenge, Telexion's route was shrouded in secrecy, but we'll come back to that. In second place, HighImpactHalo.org's XP Master turned in a sizzling 3:15 even. In fact, he turned in 3 of them. With his precision jumping, he repeatedly came within tenths of a second of our winner. Hailing from across the pond, Jono had hovered in the top 10 without ever grabbing the lead. An 11th hour submission on Wednesday night put him on top. Hope you're not too attached to that rogue helmet, Jono, because there's some shiny new recon on its way. These speed demons have a lot of aces up their sleeves, but the trick that changed the face of Sarkathlon 2 was Telexion's use of the Spartan laser to knock down 3 of the hidden grenades. Exhibit A, the slow way. Exhibit B, the Telexion way. And here, Jono uses the laser to knock an incendiary grenade loose, like cracking a piggy bank. We salute all the Spartans out there who braved the cold winds of Avalanche, and a big thank you goes to Bungie for dressing up our winner in the swankiest armor in the Halo-verse. All right, Mr. Sark, welcome back. Now, how would you sum up this Sarkathlon?
I have 2 words. Totally crazy.
That's actually 3 words, and one of them we can't say on the air.
Well, in the end, it was a hard-fought contest, but there can only be one winner, so congrats go to Jono. You earned your recon armor.
Yes, congratulations, Jono. And be sure to tune in next night on Tuesday, when we'll be joined by Bungie to bestow the recon armor to the winner and have Jono on Xbox Live Vision Cam to officially receive this very impressive prize. Now, the top 9 contenders of Mr. Sark's Gamer Challenge get t-shirts from Jinx Clothing. And if you're not in that elite group, me, you can pretend you are and buy your own gear at Jinx.com.
Coming up on X-Play, we have a world premiere look at the enemies and art direction of the technologically enhanced Norse epic dehumming. Then, Adam breaks a sweat when he previews Wii Fit. Plus, we'll go inside the battlefield of Metal Gear Solid 4 and reveal exclusive gameplay footage that you won't see anywhere else. Stay tuned.
Put us on the web.
Millions of people have it.
I have VOD.
More and more people are getting it every day.
All the elves in my clan have VOD.
Some don't even know they have it.
I had VOD for 6 months, and I didn't even know.
Now we both have VOD.
But what is VOD? Learn the facts at livingwithvod.com. This message is brought to you as a public service from G4 On Demand.
Welcome back to X-Play. Our week-long world premiere coverage of dehumming concludes today with a look at the game's unique art style, which tosses Norse mythology and cybernetic coolness into a blender, and a rundown of exactly whose asses you'll be kicking later this year. We can't wait. Dehumming definitely has a very distinctive visual look to it, and you're trying to mix, ancient mythology with the cybernetic element. How do you try to strike that perfect balance there?
Behind me, we kind of illustrated a lot of the art direction that we've taken through. Now, the rules that we have in play all start with content. It's not easy to actually pick the Viking world, something that's, mythology has been passed down for years and years and years, and mix it up with something that's a little bit different, the idea that you're a god because of the cybernetic implants, and kind of having that futuristic aspect to it. It's not your everyday combo. I mean, it's easy to show futuristic soldiers, but to pull in, elements that are actually true to the mythology and, show the elements that are actually showing the history of the characters, the personality of the characters, the atmosphere of the environments that are actually relate to mythology, and adding all that with this mix that, hey, it's an RPG, we're going to be mixing magic armor sets and weapons. We have bazillions of them. It's a very, very big world that we're creating here.
Loki, I will smash your bones into dust.
It's not just dehumming's Norse gods that have received a cybernetic overhaul. The monsters have received a mechanical makeover as well.
These crazy goblins and dark elves and trolls and undead creatures that are fighting against Baldur all the way through. The technology is completely different. It goes from something that is goblins, which are fairly primitive, machine race. You build up a little bit more to something that's a little bit higher advanced for the dark elves. They're a little bit more, a little more fierce, certainly a little bit more to chew on. You've got big things like the trolls. It's the big ass bugger that you're going to have fun trying to take down. And even the Nidhogg kind of technology that Hell has on these creatures that it keep bringing back to fight. That is such a contrast from what clean technology the Aesir are using to create cybernetic implants and essentially create gods from normal humans.
There's more bad news for the cybernetic gods fighting to save this world. All those menacing machines of death they're battling are designed to upgrade throughout the game.
So it goes to a bit of our philosophy too with the enemies. They evolve as you go on. And then all of a sudden enemies are starting to do different attacks. Or the goblin enemies that were a little bit benign towards the beginning of the game and they're attacking a little bit slower, a little bit less frequently, and maybe in packs of 3 or 4. Now all of a sudden these guys are ripping you apart. They're attacking in packs of like 5 and 6, and you got to really keep these guys off you. And maybe the stalls that you used to use to get behind the troll are gone, and now you have to shoot the legs. There's a lot of things like that that just constantly keeps you thinking. We want you to constantly feel like you're getting better, but in the same time that there's always more to learn.
So for all you wannabe Viking gods, it's time to start cramming, because dehumming and its menagerie of mythical monsters is invading Midgard soon.
Nintendo's latest curiosity, the Wii Fit, will finally hit stores May 19th. Hopefully it won't end up in my closet with my drum set, my power pad, and Rob the robot. But Adam recently made a trip to Nintendo for a closer look at Wii Fit.
All right, I'm here with Nintendo's irrepressible Bill Trinan, and we're about to do Wii Fit, which means there's probably some lack of dignity I'm going to experience during this process.
what I'd like to do is start by showing off one of the key features of Wii Fit, which is the tracking capabilities.
Okay.
Now, as you know, Wii Fit uses the Wii balance board. The balance board has 4 strain gauge force sensors. And when you move left, right, front, back, the balance board picks up that motion and uses it as input for the video game. The other thing that it can do is it can detect your weight. So what it does is, coupled with your height information and your age, it will track your body mass index, or your BMI.
If you don't exercise regularly, your body will need some time to adjust.
We're going to start off with some yoga, if you're all right with that. Have you ever done yoga?
Yeah.
You have?
Oh, no.
Okay. So Wii Fit has yoga, strength training, aerobics, and
the balance game.
And the balance game. As you exercise, it's going to keep track of all the time you spend exercising. The more you exercise, the more activities you unlock.
Oh, bingo. So it really is encouraging you to do maybe the less game-oriented stuff in order to actually do stuff that's a little more
Exactly.
I don't know, fun.
Exactly. Well, I'm just going to let you do this half moon pose.
Okay.
Now, I'll just let the demonstrator show you the demonstration, and then we'll have you do it.
This is a new segment called Adam Does Yoga. Oh, goody. The other side.
Are you feeling that, Adam?
Oh, yeah.
So now what he's going to do is he's going to show you in real time how your weight shifted.
Right.
He's going to assess you.
Okay.
And he might even give you some feedback. Wow, pretty good.
All right. Hey, I got 3 stars out of 4.
3 out of 4.
Let's see, one's going to make me fall down. What's the third one there?
The torso twist.
Let's do the torso twist.
All right. So then you'll be doing this while trying to maintain your balance.
I'm going to tone my abs, everybody.
You're doing great.
Really am I?
That's it. Feel those abs working.
Yeah, feel something working.
So it's a simple game. You lean forward to tilt the table forward, you lean back to tilt it back, and you're just trying to drop marbles in the hole.
It's kind of like one of those maze games, but you're doing it with your body.
Exactly. How does that feel?
It slowly starts to make sense. You know, just you really are dealing with very subtle movements. Yeah, Bill. Thank you so much for the demonstration, allowing me to learn things about myself I would probably just as soon never known, but that's what you're here for. Oh, well. Well, coming in May, tune into the Ultimate
Ninja Warrior is going to have more info for you.
All right, when I say returns, an exclamation point will probably appear over your head, or maybe a question mark.
We'll have the world premiere of brand new gameplay from Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots. Our Summer Games preview continues right after this.
Take G4 on the road. Download this show now as a G4 podcast.
Welcome back to X-Play Summer Games Preview. When you're talking blockbuster summer games, there's always going to be a big budget sequel for fanboys to salivate over, and I'm going to give you an ultra-exclusive first look at the footage you ain't going to see anywhere else on the planet. Here's our preview for Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots. First off, a little demo of the Metal Gear Mark II gameplay. This is your recon droid, sort of the R2-D2 of Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots. Major advantages include small size, stealth camo, and a wicked electric shock. You have to be careful not to go too far from Snake, or else you'll lose your control connection and switch back to Snake. The idea is to help clear a safe path for Snake on the battlefield. Looks like there's room for improvement on that. Move. Okay, what we're about to see here is Snake teaming up with Meryl's Rat Pack to assault a house full of enemies. This is all real-time gameplay, obviously. You'll notice that the Rat Pack does actually shoot enemies and assist Snake. They're a little smarter than the soldiers you can ally with in the streets, and since they're story characters, they don't die. All right, let's watch for a bit. The enemies here are called the Haven Soldiers, and they're Liquid Ocelot's private army, essentially. Two interesting things about them. First, they stick to walls. Second, they're all women. That's right. Liquid Ocelot's personal guard is an army of all-female super soldiers who can climb walls. Okay, now let's see what the rocket launcher can do. Well, let's try that again. Alright, that's better. You can see that bullets will penetrate objects. Obviously, wood isn't the best choice of cover. I think one of the big things to take away from this footage is how versatile the game allows you to be. Shifting from weapon to weapon and auto-aim to first-person aiming has a really nice flow to it. Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots is due out June 12th, and after seeing this, that seems very far away.
Coming up on Monday, we'll get behind the Wii wheel with our review of Mario Kart Wii and tell you if the latest installment in Nintendo's legendary racing series lives up to its legacy. Then, we preview the Metal Gear Solid 4 online beta for the PS3. Plus, in the download, we take a look at Army of Two's new downloadable content and see if it's worth your bandwidth. And you'll find out why crime certainly does pay after Kristen Holt dishes out a brand new Grand Theft Auto 4 cheat. All that and more on Monday at 8.
It's been a really great week. We have seen a lot of great games that we're going to be playing very soon.
I usually don't look forward to summer. I'm looking forward to summer. And not because of the sun and the heat.
Remember last summer there was nothing.
Nothing.
This summer we're going to have a great summer.
Thank you, Game Industry. Up next, Ninja Warrior.
See you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.